And if that could be understood today, we wouldn't be $40 trillion.
Well, it really, like, if you think about it, it does in a very natural, organic way set the boundaries. In other words, you don't listen. If nullification and the idea that a state or a community can say no to some sort of usurpation from an outside body, um, that sets the limit of what that person can do, whether it's written down or not. I mean, this is what we're going to stand for.
Well, and the weird thing is you have some otherwise well informed and perhaps well intentioned, I don't know about their heart, but well informed, well educated people who argue against nullification. And some of them are attorneys. Well, so am I. And like them, I've sat in courtrooms hundreds of hours in the state of Tennessee and Georgia, and I've seen nullification upheld by the court every day in every courtroom. And what I mean is, you have a contract. If I make a contract with Mike to build a shed for me, and we enter a contract and it says, I want it made of cedar, I want it this size, I want it, um, painted this color, all of these sorts of things. I want it placed at this part of the property, and I lay out all of this, and you know, and in exchange for this right of mine to build my own shed, I pay Mike, he's there, and we both sign the agreement.
Mhm.
You agree to follow the dictates that I, as the natural owner of the property, that I set forth in the contract, and I agree that when you conform to the contract, I pay you money.
Right.
In the law, we call that some sort of consideration. In consideration of you doing what's called for in the contract, I pay you money. Okay? Now, if Mike starts building the shed, and guess what? Instead of building a cedar shed, he builds a pine shed, and he builds it half the size I want, or let's say he builds it twice the size, whatever. He doesn't conform to the contract, to the authority granted to him by me in the contract, and I don't pay him. And everybody who's listening to this knows that. And I've seen it in court. I guarantee if I've seen it once, 1,000 times, where you'll have Mike in this situation will come and will sue Joey, and we'll go to court and we'll say, Your Honor, I built Joey a shed and he refused. We had a contract. I built him a shed. He refuses to pay me. I want my money. Guess what? The first thing the judge always says,
See the contract.
let me see the contract. Do one of y'all have a copy of the contract? Yes, Your Honor. Give it to her. He'll say, Give me 15 minutes. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Let me read this over. He'll come back. Say, All right, y'all got pictures of the shed? Y'all got, and he'll ask, or, ask Mike questions. Mike, what material did you use to build the shed?
Pine.
All right. Well, Mike, do you have a copy of the contract?
I do.
All right. Look at clause number 2, wherein it says, Mr. Wolverton says he wanted it built of cedar. So you're
And
admitting
that's when
that,
my heart sinks because I know where it's going.
right. And we'll just skip to the end. And the end is case dismissed
Right.
because I'm the owner, I'm the employer, I'm the master, he's the servant. We have a contract. I'm not without obligation, but my obligation is triggered by his conformity to the contract. Nonconformity equals non consideration.
Right.
That is held up in court every dang day.